One evening, a young man named John was waiting for a train at Berkeley Square station in England. It was very late, and he was completely alone. Slowly, a strange feeling of fear started to creep into John's mind. A light fog covered the station, and an eerie silence filled the air. Suddenly, John saw something moving in the distance. An old, worn-out train was slowly approaching the station. The train looked ancient, with dust and dirt covering it, as if it hadn't been touched in years. Through the fog, the train came to a stop right in front of John. He noticed that the train was empty. There was not a single passenger and no lights were on. Everything about it seemed lifeless. John was puzzled and thought maybe it had stopped because of some technical issue. Curious, John decided to take a closer look. But as he walked toward the train, he felt a strange, chilling sensation around him. Suddenly, he felt a light tap on his shoulder. Startled, John turned around and saw an old man standing behind him with a serious look on his face. The man leaned close and whispered, "If you want to stay alive, keep away from that train." John's heart pounded with fear. Before he could ask anything, the old man disappeared into the fog, as if pulled away by some invisible force. Shaken, John took a step back. He suddenly remembered an old story he had heard about this station, that many years ago, a train had met with a terrible accident right here. None of the passengers survived, and people said that this ghostly train returned to the station every night, carrying the memories of those who died. John began to wonder, could this be that train? He felt unsure and uneasy, but before he could decide what to do, he heard the sound of crying coming from inside the train. It sounded like someone was trapped and desperately needed help. John was frozen in fear, unable to move, as if something was holding him in place and pulling him toward the train. Suddenly, the train doors creaked open, and a shadowy figure stepped out. It was the shape of a woman, her face completely dark, and there was blood flowing from her eyes. Fear flooded John's face, and with all his strength, he managed to turn around and run out of the station as fast as he could. The next day, John told his friends what had happened. They told him that exactly 10 years ago, a train had crashed at that station, and no one had survived. Ever since, people claim to see the ghostly train return every night, carrying the pain and memories of those who died. After that night, John never went near Berkeley Square station again.